Hello, I am making a video today in memory of Betty Jane Kiely. Um, Betty Jane was my dad's cousin, first cousin, and dear family friend, and she passed away on Wednesday, um, Wednesday, April 30th, 29th, on 29th of April. I haven't seen Betty Jane since 2008, I don't believe, but I've spoken to her on the phone a number of times. The last time being about a week before Christmas 2025. And um, it's kind of sad because of all the people Dad would visit, this is probably the last one that's living that we had a lot of contact with who was older than Dad. Now there's a few younger, but geez, the numbers are dwindling. Anyway, this is Betty Jane. This is about, I don't know, maybe 1988, 89. Of course, she's the one standing up. I'm just going to see if I can do some ancestry here. So this is my grandfather, John. And John had a sister named Lillian Euphemia Goff. Now, Euphemia is she's in a grave just down the street from me. I found her. Euphemia was Lillian's grandmother. So Lillian Euphemia Goff, I believe, is Betty Jane's mom. And my grandfather Goff, John was the brother of Lillian. So let's look. She was only 60 when she passed. And I believe she was in a car accident with Betty Jane when she passed. That's where she died there. Oh, come on. There's no family added here. Crazy. All right, I'm going to have to look a little better. Well, that is her. She's not listed, but her brother, John Kiely, is listed. Oh, let's see here. John Daniel Kiely, just right through here. I don't know if she's even in the record. I'm going to have to add her. Nuts. That's crazy. All right, so she's not even in the record, Betty Jane. Let me look for a few more photos. Here we go. Here's a good one. So that is Betty Cork on the left. Betty Cork was also my dad's first cousin. And that's her sister right there. The name is escaping me at the moment. Shirley, that's it, Shirley. So Betty and Shirley were sisters. And I think their father was Wilson Goff. This was my grandfather's brother, born 6.5 years before him. He died in 1954. So Grampy outlived him by 40 years, which is crazy. All right, so that is the father of these two. They died within 3 weeks of each other. And then there's Betty Jane. Betty Jane was younger. I believe she was 81. And when these two died, they were in their early 80s. 83 and 81, I think. So it's cool to see them. There's a few more photos of Betty Jane here. There she is with Bruce. Hard to believe they're about the same age. Hey, and there I am. And there's me and Betty Cork and Shirley and why are these names not coming to me? David. That's David there. And there's a group shot. Shirley, this is Dad's ex-girlfriend. I forget her name. And that's her husband next to Betty. And that's a cousin named Jennifer. There's Dad. And there's me. Pretty cool, eh? It's all together. So these ladies are gone. And I met her brother John as well. It's kind of cool, you know? You don't really understand the ancestry aspect until, you know, after the fact. And there's Dad and a cat. And I guess that's it for the photos. So anyway, I just thought I would do a little video. These are mostly for Kaylin, but I mean, anybody out there who cares. This was Betty Jane Kiely, and she lived in Toronto. She was 81, and she passed away on Wednesday. And yeah, she was calling Dad once a month. She was in, I think, hospice care. Bruce was the executor of her will and kind of in charge of decisions. She had a really bad go the last few years with her health. But it is pretty miraculous she lived as long as she did, because we were expecting bad news maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I made sure Bruce went and visited her on her birthday 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago. And I think that was the last time he saw her. So it's getting sad. We're all getting older, and, you know, this kind of thing happens. But anyway, rest in peace, Betty Jane. I appreciated getting to know you a little bit toward the end. You got to speak to Kaylin and Bruce and me, and, you know, it was kind of neat. And one time, I guess it was this time, and this is 2006, so this was 20 years ago. I think I got the year right. Kind of looks like 2008, but anyway, she looked at me. I was telling her about CPR, and she's like, "What?" Like the Heimlich maneuver. Sorry, not CPR. Telling her about the Heimlich maneuver, and she had never heard of that. She goes, "I've never heard of that." I'd never heard of anybody who didn't know what the Heimlich maneuver was. But anyway, yeah, her mom was Lillian Euphemia, who was named in tribute to Euphemia, who was the wife of Thomas. Thomas is the son of John, and we're all named after John. John was from Ireland, William's son. So I mean, all this is kind of interesting. It's, you know, it's just, we're losing our numbers, us Goths, you know. She was a Kiely, but she was a Goth. Her mother was Lillian Euphemia Goth. So, interesting, and she'll be missed. And